He's the tallest man on the radio, so sit right back and enjoy the show. Flying through the air like a ballistic missile. Here's your host, Ben Kissel.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Ben Kissel channel. I'm Ben Kissel. It's a bit of a new setup here. I'm joined, but what's not new? Who I'm joined by? Jerry Aquino.
What's up?
And Shake Narlatang.
I feel safe again.
That's good. There's no snakes around, Shake. It'll be okay. There's no curses that are going to be put on you. The audience has been a little bit like, what is it? Why with the snakes? Did you feel like you were going to be cursed? For those that didn't watch last episode or listen to last episode, we had Bob on. He brought his snakes. He's our Jack Hanna.
It was fantastic.
Which is so cool. Jerry and I loved it. Bob obviously loved it. I think he likes those snakes a little too much.
Yep.
But anyway, I don't care what he sits on at night. But why? Shake, with the fear of the snake?
Why not? I mean,
Why
how
not?
do you guys not fear the snakes?
Snakes are sexy.
They are, and they're different when you
decided
actually...
that.
Have you ever touched one?
No.
You got to touch one, and then all of your fear will go away.
You should have touched one.
I feel like I'm on a horrible first date for a gal.
Yeah.
Have you ever touched one? You got to touch one, and the fear will go away.
Trust me. Just don't be afraid of it. You're overthinking it. Just touch it.
Yes. But today's episode, speaking of fear, so this is our July 4th episode. We're going to be off for the July 4th weekend to celebrate. What are we celebrating, everybody? I told them I have two questions up top. So what does July 4th celebrate? Jerry and Shake, what is it celebrating? July 4th, it's not just burgers and hot dogs
It's
and beer.
not?
No. I mean, it is, but
Oh.
what are we actually celebrating?
Independence.
That's right. The Declaration of Independence signed in 1776.
Yep.
Jerry got it. Shake, did you know it?
I did know it.
Okay, second question. Hot shots. This is real good. Where was the worst? Because today we're going to talk about some firework tragedies, and I'm going to use
Hell
this.
yeah.
I'm going to use this visual machine that I have in front of me, aka a computer. For those listening, I got a new computer. They're trusting me with it, and I feel like I'm on the Enterprise, and I'm Captain Jean-Luc Picard, and I'm saying, "Get out of here! I'm in the bathroom." You can imagine how stressful that job was for him.
Yeah, for sure.
What was the place of the worst firework accident in world history? The place where it took place.
I don't know.
The Seine River in Paris, France.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
indeed. 800 people were killed in a firework accident, and that was in the Seine River in Paris, France, which we have talked about
What year?
previously. That was in the year 1770.
Okay, so luckily we figured out some stuff since then. Some
Yes.
firework hazards.
Well, have we? Because up on the screen, as you'll see, unless, of course, you're listening, I got the worst firework injuries. So you can just Google that and play right along with us. Let's take a look at what some of those injuries may have looked like. And this is a warning episode for everybody who thinks, oh, it's just a sparkler. I can put it in my mouth. I can put it in my ear and pretend like I can hear the future talking to me. No, don't play around with fireworks. They're theoretically just weapons, but they're weak.
yeah. they're
Right.
Tiny little scales.
Tiny little scales. So let's just see what can happen if you fuck around with a firecracker. This is a hand injury, and you know it's good because they ask you, are you sure you want to see this? That's Google really being protective, but all you have to do is say, view image, this person's hand. So now what happened there? It looks like Mickey Rourke from The Wrestler when he jams his hand into the meat grinder. Unfortunately, I don't think this person had a career playing Ram Jam. So that's what can happen. It looks like absolute ground beef, which is really all we are. And obviously, if you are there at a barbecue, oh, we're out of burgers. Don't worry, I'll explode my hand. Boom, pop that on the grill. Shake, what do you think as far as warnings go? This should be on every single package of fireworks.
It looks like a snake bite to me, too.
That's not a snake bite. Snake bites are much smaller than that.
I know it's like
Yeah,
it's
this
like how
is
the
gruesome.
Europeans have like the cancer warnings and they have dead babies right on the cigarettes and like expired lungs.
And the
we
crazy
should
thing
have
is-
that on fireworks.
With the dead baby, it's like, yeah, why do you think I'm smoking? I don't have the money for the pill. Plan B, I'm on to Plan C, which is cigarettes.
Yep.
This is not going to deter people, though. I mean,
That you don't think that's going to deter people whatsoever from using the fireworks. All right, well, let's check out another image here with this brand new hot technology that I'm using for exactly why the people who invented the internet intended. Okay, now this guy is fully healed, and he's giving the peace sign. But of course, it's because he only has 2 fingers left. He's a happy-go-lucky looking fella. He looks like he might be out of the Midwest, just trying to impress the kids. But now he's got 2 alien-like fingers. One seems to be larger because maybe they glued 2 of them together.
Yeah. Does it look like a third finger is maybe just folded and melted down into his skin there?
I think that's his thumb, which does still have a nail, but the nail is on sort of the bottom of the palm. So God knows. That's sort of like Jesus Christ himself.
Wouldn't the thumb be on the inside, though? Wouldn't that I think that's one of these guys.
I think it's well, I'm not quite sure.
Oh my God, there's 2 fingers folded in on each side.
Yes, and just for so a little bit of knowledge here, there are roughly 10,000 injuries every single July 4th from fireworks. So be very, very careful out there and don't go acting foolish around these things.
That's
so this
horrifying.
Is another one. Now this guy,
God.
now he lost the ring finger. So maybe it's for the best. Now he's divorced. And isn't that nice? But he's got it all stitched up. Overall, not as bad as it could be. So good for them.
Not as bad as it could
No. Well, now this one kind of looks like a snake bite here.
Yeah,
that was
does.
in Texarkana. That's in Arkansas, and there is a firework. I think he actually just got shot with a what appears to be shotgun.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the actual fireworks that are making these accidents.
All right, you want to
They had
see
have
the
been
most
different
dangerous?
kinds.
Okay, most dangerous fireworks. Here we go. New
That guy got a
technology.
skin graft.
Well, I mean, it's a great way.
So this is small back house, backyard firework injuries, right?
Not small, obviously. They're blowing up their hands.
Yeah,
I'm not impressed by what I see in the backyards. The very nice one that the cities put together, yes, those are really nice. But I don't see the point of making your own in your backyard.
Well, there's always those tents selling illegal sized fireworks that people drive by and then they just grab a bunch and they're like, they're huge.
I like this.
Also, you have
Bazongas.
to be very careful because there was just a lawsuit that was settled. I'm trying to find the story here, but whatever. There was a lawsuit that was settled in Los Angeles because they were doing, they had this garbage truck rolling around and they were grabbing up all the fireworks that were illegal. You know what happened? Firework blew, the truck blew up full of fireworks, injured a bunch of people and destroyed a bunch of houses. So the city of Los Angeles has just settled that lawsuit because they're like, man, you didn't really make it any better.
Yeah.
You kind of screwed us over.
So there's got to be a limit on either what kind of fireworks you can get or how many.
You don't have to make
dangerous. They're all dangerous.
Well, they're all dangerous, but that's why they're fun.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. But then you have some like this. What is this? The Comet Chaser. This isn't that fucking dangerous. Oh, well, it's one of the 5 most dangerous in the world. Chasers, apparently. So they
those
do
are the ones that.
Yeah. But I never think of them as dangerous because you use them when you're drunk. You use them when you're having a good time. And there is something about having fun and just imagining that something bad happening. It doesn't cross your brain because you're like, why would a firework do anything to disrupt this great family event or friend event? But the firework don't care.
Does not.
It doesn't care at all.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's just out there trying to do its job.
And then you also have the drunk people that are taking those. They're supposed to be shooting upwards. They're probably running around pointing it at people thinking it's funny. They're like,
Exactly.
That's exactly how that happens.
I would assume most injuries via firework happen from 10 p.m. to midnight. That's what I would think.
Totally.
So the black cats are apparently, and I don't know why they got to be black cats.
What are those?
So these are your classic fireworks. They say it delivers a loud bang. It's pretending to be an SR-71 Blackbird. So evidently those are super dangerous. I always saw those and thought that they were not dangerous whatsoever. I thought those were kind of the pussy fireworks.
Uh-huh.
Then naturally you got your bottle rockets. That's going to be a scary one, but again, very, very classic.
But that one goes off right there in your hand. So it's one of those that you light up and then you run away.
That's probably what we
I
saw.
know a lot about fireworks.
Oh, yeah, buddy, we're America.
Yeah, we're in America. You've done the July 4th thing?
But do you know what other country celebrates their independence on July 4th? Rwanda.
Really?
Yes. Yes, isn't that interesting? Rwanda gained independence from Belgium. You might think, oh, this must have happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
No, it was 1962.
Oh, damn.
Belgium? Get the fuck out of
Yeah, I was just
Rwanda.
about to say, like, Belgium, what are you doing?
When I think of Rwanda, I don't think of Belgium.
Definitely not. When I think of Belgium, I think dweebs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when I think of Rwanda, I think of hotels.
Well, speaking of original, actually, the 4th of July, it wasn't always 4th of July. It was celebrated in March.
What?
The Independence Day of the United States.
What you talking about?
You gotta look it up. It got changed to the 4th of July because of a whole summertime barbecue sort of thing, because the weather would have made it better. But the Independence Day was originally March, I believe.
When is Haiti's Independence Day? Do you know?
January 1st.
Oh, wow, he did know.
I thought I was going to stump him.
Right on it.
I did stump him on the French.
Yeah.
They just
he did.
calling me.
I mean, I'm sure. And that, when was that, you say? Well, that, according to this article in Haiti, that was from 1791 to 1804. Either way, something happened.
Yes, the Revolutionary War.
Oh.
Kicked the French out.
Yeah. But yet the French still have a bit of a hold on the language.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the biggest pet peeve. What is it with the French? Like, because, you know, you go to Canada, you go to Montreal. I'm
all
like,
French over
like
there.
dumpy France.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? I would just stop. I would be like, you know, we're not speaking French anymore. We kicked those stinky cheesemongers out of here.
Right. They kicked out the French, but not the
easier
French
said than
language.
But not the language.
It's easier said than done. Plus, we also have a language which is Creole. That is the language that we hold very dear. We happen to know French because they left us with it. But we have the Creole language, which is what we're really proud of.
All right. Well, let's get on to your question in a second. But just finishing up, most dangerous of all of the fireworks, sparklers, which I always think is the most boring.
Yeah, I always feel like that's like the regular one that everyone can just run around with.
Yeah, that's the one you give to the kids.
But that one's safe.
No, they say it's
safe-ish.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sparklers that you like throw in the air kind of thing, that's dangerous?
I guess so. So according to this, they say, you know, when people are playing Star Wars or something of that nature, a lot of burns are bound to happen. And that's when someone cries or they get in trouble at their family function, right? That's why sparklers are dangerous. So remember this, when you're drunk and twirling the sparklers, it ain't just fun, my friend. It is indeed a weapon. And the most dangerous is the Roman candle.
Okay, well, that looks dangerous. What
Yes.
is this child doing with
There's an image of a
A
child.
shotgun?
holding a rifle?
It looks like, definitely looks like a shotgun, but evidently that is a firework. So you have to be very, very careful.
That's insane.
Yes. So let's get to Shake's question. When was the original July 4th? Is that the question?
Yeah.
When was the original July 4th?
Oh, now I'm going to get my typing. I'm going to get crucified for this. July 4th. Okay, let's see. July 4th, 1776.
No, there's something else. Maybe we're not typing it right.
What are you talking about? When was the original July? I mean, it says
Juki.
4th. Okay, I'm trying
I still understood what you were saying.
It understood. It understood. So, yeah, Jake, where are you getting this information from?
It's actually a fact. I don't know what's putting in and why this is coming up. Also, Google is not always accurate, but it is.
I'm going to trust it over you in this case.
Oh, you can go ahead and
Not
do
always.
it. But I'm standing by this one. It was originally celebrated in March.
I don't know. It feels like he really means it.
Okay, now I'm just going to say, was July 4th originally celebrated in March? Because, I mean, I really...
Was July 4th.
Yes.
Was it Independence Day originally?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Independence Day. Independence Day.
And it's like words per minute, words per minute. Let's
Independence. I'm just freaking out now.
He would make typographers so sad.
Originally celebrated. Okay, here we go. No.
The 8th. In fact, you were way off.
In what do you say it was?
March.
March.
I believe it was in March, yeah.
Okay. No. And there's no evidence of this.
Right.
None.
I'll find it for you.
How?
I'm going to find because I've read this before. It's not
Where?
fake.
But where?
It was a while ago. I can't remember exactly where I read it.
Fake.
You just read it somewhere.
I read it, yes. It was a whole history behind it.
Oh.
It wasn't always July 4th. It got moved to July 4th.
Oh, so it was July 8th.
It wasn't July 8th. It was in March. It was in the winter.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we know for a fact what does happen on July 4th is the hot dog eating competition.
Yes.
So, we've talked about this a lot. We want to know who are the hot dog eating competitors for the Nathan's hot dog eating competition.
Especially now that they've kicked out the world champion.
Exactly.
It's going to be a lot of pressure on them.
Exactly.
Do they feel like winners because of that? I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a winner knowing that the champion just is like, still a champion. He's just not participating this year.
Exactly. How do you spell contestants? There we go. Boom.
Spell winning on technicalities sucks and it doesn't count.
Yep. All right.
I feel like.
But one thing we know for a fact that's always on July 4th is the Nathan's hot dog eating competition. But Joey Chestnut, he's too busy at Fort Bliss. Because remember, they don't let him do it because he's working with these vegans. And they're like, get out of here, commie.
Yeah.
And apparently the U.S. military says, welcome. So isn't that interesting? A little bit of rot from within, perhaps.
What does the military say welcome to?
Joey Chestnut. Joey C. Remember, he's eating out the 5 soldiers?
Yeah.
Yeah, at Fort Bliss.
That's right. He's eating out the 5 soldiers.
So Joey C., he's out of it. He looks disgruntled from last year. He's really upset. So who are these people competing in this year's July 4th?
It looks heavy.
We got this guy. His name is Jeffrey Esper. And he's very talented when it comes to competitive eating. There's an image of him in a chicken wing eating competition. He looks exhausted. He's absolutely filthy. I've been there, and it wasn't a competition.
Yeah, he looks like he's struggling.
He looks like he's struggling.
With a name like that, it's got to be a struggle.
Yes, but now Jeffrey Epstein, Esper.
See what I mean? See what I mean? It's a rough name.
Oh my God!
How many people do that to him?
Jeffrey Epstein, he's doing the mini dog challenge. Yeah, can I just get these hot dogs cut in half? Or small muffins, because he is a pedophile. So Jeffrey Esper, he, not to be confused.
Yes.
He is considered the favorite after finishing runner-up to Chestnut the past 3 years. Now, he was able to eat 49 hot dogs, but if I recall, Joey Chestnut, he was eating in the 60s. So no matter what, if you're going to this year's hot dog eating competition, you're not watching the best of the best of the best.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
No, you're watching a high school teacher from Oxford, Massachusetts.
There might be nothing sadder than being the second best competitive eater.
That's what I'm saying. How are you even like running in this and taking yourself seriously? You know that the only reason you're winning this or even coming close is because the person that's at the top, who's still around, still alive, and he's just not allowed anymore.
To that point, we're going to figure out what Joey C's number is on July 4th when it comes to the hot dogs that he's eating at Fort Bliss.
Ooh, and compare them with the champion.
Because that's the number one. That's number one no matter what.
Number one for real.
So he's going to be there. As Jerry said, he's a 49-year-old high school teacher, which, if I'm in high school and this guy's my teacher, it's kind of cool. Good luck, Mr. Esper. Go suck down all those dogs. Can I get a fucking A, please, you loser?
Oh my God, the criticism from high school students. He's like, I will not be here for this weekend. I'm preparing for a hot dog eating contest.
You have to prepare, otherwise your stomach will just simply burst.
Yeah.
So Esper did mention what Jerry was saying. He knows that this isn't a legit competition.
Oh.
He says 100%. So he's a teacher. He's breaking it down from
percentages.
100%, there's going to be a huge asterisk on that regarding if he wins or not. So does he even get the mustard belt? That's what you win, the mustard belt.
I don't know.
And if so, you're a champion. But my friend, it's like selling out a venue, but it was COVID, so they can only do half full. It's not the same thing.
So why would it not be legitimate?
Because Joey Chestnut's not playing. And Joey Chestnut is the best.
Yeah, if he was in it, he's like guaranteed to win. He's been like the last consecutive champion for how many years now?
Oh my God, so many years. It's like when the Houston Rockets won the NBA Finals those 2 years in a row, but Jordan wasn't playing with the Bulls.
It didn't count.
They're not the best team in the NBA. As soon as Jordan came back, boom, the Bulls went on another three-peat. Yeah. So no one is like talking about that team like, oh my God, what if they beat the Bulls? No one thought that they ever would. So this is what he says. He's like 2 or 3 years ago, I said, well, even if I do win, it's because Joey's not there. There's going to be an asterisk. And then he says, I'll admit that to anybody. So you don't even have to ask.
Yeah.
So why participate if you're not even going to enjoy your winning?
That's a valid point. Not to be mistaken for your mark
yourself.
By the way, we did have to take a small technical break because I'm half a moron. And our camera guy, he did say that he had heard that July 4th was originally celebrated in March as well. But again, no evidence.
Yeah.
I will find it.
You better find it.
I will find it. Again, Google has a lot of bullshit on there that is just not true. But that's where we go.
We could go to DuckDuckGo.
I don't know that one. What's that? Is that a real one?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the one that doesn't spy on you, but they all do.
Yeah.
So Esper believes the atmosphere and energy will be completely different without Chestnut.
Yeah, everyone's going to be sad that he's not there.
And of course, Kobayashi isn't going to be there.
Yeah.
So this year's July 4th, man, America, what the fuck is 2024?
Yeah.
We got presidents farting during debates. One doesn't know he's there. The other one's so batshit crazy we wish he wasn't.
Yeah.
And now we have Joey Chestnut
Hot
not
dog eating
participating.
Some would call America's hero.
Seriously call America's hero.
Like, literally, I'm not sure why, but...
Do we know what he's doing since he's not participating?
Yes, he's going to Fort Bliss.
He's gonna eat out all the soldiers.
He's going to eat on all the soldiers. He's got 4 soldiers to eat out for America.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay. That is patriotic.
Oh, my. It is very patriotic. But again, it's up to Joey. Whatever his number is the number. So if somehow this Esper guy does manage to get more than Joey, I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, then no, you're still second place, bro. I'm sorry. We cannot live in this world of mediocrity anymore. And media lies.
It's true. And
It's bullshit.
What is it? Nathan's, the hot dog company, they said something super manipulative and like bitchy. I feel like at the end of like firing him, they were like, you know what? We would hope that maybe next year he'd come and eat with us again if he's not still working for the rival brand. We can only hope. Also, it's up to him.
Is a vegan hot dog, I think we've even talked about this, but is the vegan hot dog truly a competitor of the meat hot dog? It's like bowling balls being in competition with volleyballs. Yeah, they're both balls, but no one's like, I want to go play volleyball and brings a bowling ball on accident. They're two totally different things.
I don't think you can do that. Yeah.
Is there a chance Joey Chestnut might make a comeback just like Jordan did?
He can, unless Nathan is such a bitch that he says no.
So he's under contract for how long? Do we know?
We don't know, but he's under contract with the meat-based or with the vegan plant-based meats.
Yeah.
Which, again, how fragile is the ego?
I mean, seriously, petty. It's just petty.
Nathan's, for those that don't know, it's on Coney Island. I'm sure you do know that. Coney Island, it's a little bit nicer now, but like the games are like avoid the heroin needles. And then one game that's fun is does that condom have cum in it? Or does it not?
That's a good one.
Because it's disgusting down there.
Yeah.
So the fact that Nathan's hot dog branch is so petty and pompous, they can go fuck themselves. So this is what Esper said. He believes as I mentioned, the energy is going to be completely different without Joey C around. He says, I was there the year he lost to Matt Stoney. Oh my goodness. And he says, and that was crazy. So Esper isn't just a competitor. Yeah. He's a fan.
Yeah. He looks up to this guy.
He really does. He says, I think it's going to be a totally different contest, but it's not.
It kind of won't be.
It's disgusting. It's going to be still disgusting.
It's going to be pretty horrifying. I didn't even like looking at that one shot of him struggling. If you do that, I can't believe people want to watch these people eat. It's
people are
not
talking about them.
We're talking about them, not watching them per se.
I wouldn't sit there and watch. I wouldn't have been like, "What are you doing today?" Well, obviously, I'm going to the hot dog eating contest. What are you doing today? You'd be a moron not to.
Of course, and it's a whole thing. I was there one time, and they got a person on stilts. Uncle Sam is on stilts. They're playing patriotic music. You got the breeze from the water, and again, don't breathe in too deep. You'll probably get some fentanyl in your nose.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and it's Americana. Okay.
Is it a small town event? I mean, originated actually?
Well, Coney Island, it's New York, so it's not. It's about as small as New York can be.
No, the hot dog eating contest.
I think eating competitions have been around since Americans could figure out how to boil food.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, and I think it's like more of a fuck you, everybody who's starving.
Yep.
Look at you. What's up? Oh, Rwanda, your July 4th is also, your Independence Day is also July 4th. What are you eating on July 4th? We're eating an abundance amount of hot dogs that we don't even like.
Yeah. No, seriously. They're not even that good. They're not good hot dogs.
They don't
like
even snap.
The plainest ones. Yeah, it's like you bend them and they're like rubbery.
Yep. By the way, I was reading about rubbery bananas. Have you heard that? Have you seen that? Rubbery avocado and rubbery bananas. But it might be a myth. I have no idea what the internet. It's on the internet. Okay. I literally, someone peeled a banana and they're like, look at this banana. And they were like manipulating it and it wasn't doing bananas.
That can't be real.
I don't fucking know anymore. I am so.
Was it on an animated show called One Piece?
No, but I would like that idea. I don't know what that one is.
Well, they bite onto the gummy dragon fruit and then they turn into rubber. So maybe that happened to them.
Oh, is it a fetish site?
Nope.
sounds
You know
sexual.
what? Maybe. Who knows?
Everything
Who's
is
to say?
sexual.
Everything is fetishized. That's all subjective.
I'm sure there's someone just jerking into the hot dog eating competition.
Yep.
All right, America. This is an analogy.
Yes.
An allegory
Yes.
for America and its downfall. But it can come back up. But we just need to have Joey Chestnut at our event. So who is the next in line after Teacher Esper? This guy named James Webb. Now, if James Webb wins, we are not going to have a chance in Dub 3. Okay?
Yeah.
Why? Because he's got a business economics degree. No, that's not why. It's because he's Australian. We cannot have an Aussie come over here and beat us at the only thing that America should win at.
Yeah.
Competitive hot dog eating.
Yeah, totally. Also,
The only thing.
Well, in this sense.
kind of though, but that guy looks really skinny. Where is he putting it all?
So, well, that's the thing. You actually want to be skinny when you're doing these competitions. There's the fat to belly ratio. It's the saddest thing about the obese. They can't even win at eating competitions because the belly can't extend as far as it should because it breaks up. It meets this little guy here at this wall fat here. Build the wall. I did on myself.
Yeah, nice.
And because of that, my stomach can't extend as far as say your stomach. So you could probably actually eat more than me because you're not going to have that fat wall that it's hitting against. So that's why you kind of want to be in shape.
I won't though. I won't.
You don't want to. I bet you if we got crumble.
Oh,
If we did sweets?
if it was a sweets thing, then that's a different story. But
You would-
hot dogs, I'm probably good on that.
Yeah, I got stoned the other day and was really craving sweets, but I didn't do it.
I didn't do it either. They have a really good strawberry shortcake out right now that I really want. But
Yeah.
it's besides the point.
James Webb, he got third the last time he was a participant, and they say he's a rapid rider in his pastime. So he rides rapids, which I guess could be water.
I thought you meant like he was like a really fast writer. He's a rapid writer.
No, rider,
Rider,
like he
he's riding.
rides stuff.
Riding water.
Man, they find different things to do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they steal our stuff. They should be eating spiders or hanging out with kangaroo.
Yeah.
Also, I ate kangaroo when I was in Australia.
You did?
No need for it.
Have you ever eaten kangaroo?
I have not.
No need for it. It's gamey. I love the kangaroo, but in Australia, they're just pests. They're just annoying. No one likes them because they're like, they're always winning at boxing
like
and stuff.
Giant mosquitoes. Giant, horrifying mosquitoes that can roundhouse kick you in the face.
They treat them the same way that like Southerners treat like nutria.
Yeah.
Those big ass, like round looking motherfuckers, like those big gerbil looking things.
Yeah.
They have, the kangaroos are just annoying
They're
to
just
them.
like, hey, get out of here.
smart.
Get out of here.
Kangaroo?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think they're smart enough for the Navy. Wasn't there something to do with boxing in the Navy with a kangaroo? It was one of the movies my mom liked. She liked all the old
Kangaroo
stuff.
Jack.
I don't know their names, but this is so. Anyway, he's from Sydney, and again, he said he got third last year. He ate 47 hot dogs, which is like 20 less than Joey C. He's been training in Texas. So he's training in Texas, and he went to the heartland, not really the heartland of America, but when you think about mass food consumption, everything's bigger in Texas for a reason.
Yeah.
So he went to Texas, and then this is what he says. He says the 4th of July hot dog contest is like our Super Bowl. This is a big freaking deal, other than, it's not at all like that. But he says, so I'm currently in Dallas in my own little kind of training camp. This is amazing.
A little kind of training camp.
I'm kind of thinking Mr. Substitute Teacher over here, who's just too busy grading papers to care, is going to get smoked by this dude who does look like he works out. He looks like he's been in training.
It looks like his metabolism must be just going, just ready to just
He's got the veins.
inhale everything.
Yeah.
So he's not holding Joey. What is it, Joey C?
Joey
Yeah,
Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, Joey C on a pedestal.
No, he doesn't give a shit. He's done with
That's
it.
how you win. Yeah.
Also, for those watching on YouTube, behind this competitor, it does look like Rudy Giuliani. And that's unfortunate for everyone.
So does.
We talked about this on my political show. Just been disbarred as a lawyer. So his life is...
He lost the license.
yeah, he lost his license.
Shocker.
What a life arc.
That?
The goal in life is to kind of end, not on a high note per se, but a nice plateau.
Yeah.
You don't want a massive downturn.
You don't need that whole.
No.
What are you, a firework?
Exactly.
Giuliani, he might make a comeback.
Oh, buddy, only on young girls, because that's apparently what he's into, because he was about to fuck one in that documentary. So anyway, He says, I'm currently in Dallas doing my own little kind of training camp. I'm training in the gym and training eating hot dogs, sleeping and repeating every single day. So he better do better than 47 hot dogs with that kind of regimen. He hopes to get first, and he says, if I can get close to 55, I'm definitely in the mix for a top 2 finish. So watch out for this guy. He
seems like a strong contender.
He seems like a strong contender. He definitely seems more in hot dog eating shape than this guy. Again, that's Esper.
This guy looks like he's eating in a rage
Why
of
does he have
passion.
an armband?
Well, because he wants to make sure that people know his political views.
Duh.
Yeah. There's another dude. Now, this guy, I like him. He's tiny but strong. His name is Nick Worry.
The pork roll eating champion.
Yes, and he's one half of the first couple of competitive eating. So he and his partner, they eat and they go and they have sex with each other. So the former bodybuilder's wife, Miki Sudo.
No, maybe they fuck first and then they have an insane appetite.
Clear it up.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, because
That makes total sense.
you know, afterwards, after eating all of that, you're not in the mood. You just want to go to sleep.
The car ride home after they both compete in the same competition.
Who is driving?
Windows down, my friend. So he's a former bodybuilder, a former bodybuilder, this Nick Weary guy. His wife, Miki Sudo, is the reigning women's hot dog eating competition champion. So there's a picture of him. He's flexing. He's definitely yoked. He's very strong. To my point earlier, these people are in shape now.
Yeah, seriously. I didn't realize that. I did not know you had to be really
What
in
does the
tip-top
wife
shape
look like?
to constantly eat.
You want to see what the wife looks like? All right, well, let's take a look here. We got a little...
Miki Sudo.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow!
She's quite attractive.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
She is so hot.
So the headline here is Hungry for Hot Dogs. Who is Miki Sudo? This is from 2022.
How do you adorably ravage hot dogs?
Like this.
She was born July 22nd, just a day after me, in 1985. So she's also younger than me. And that's exciting. In 2014, she defeated Sonia Thomas at the annual 4th of July Nathan Hot Dog Eating Competition. And then basically she won each year from 2014 to 2020. So
Damn!
She is in legend.
She be eating.
She does be eating. So on July 4th, 2023, she won the competition for the 9th time.
Wow.
So she has got to be favored. She also owns the world records for ice cream, which you want to know what that is? 2 gallons in 6 minutes.
Is it melted?
Jesus.
I wasn't her. I mean, at some point, that shit's going to melt.
How many people have to dump you for you to eat 2 gallons of ice cream in 1 6-minute sitting?
Oh, she's having great post hot dog eating contest, sex pretty well. So
That's not, again, it's beforehand. It's preliminary sex. I promise you. They're not doing this afterwards.
I'm slightly...
they're eating hot dogs in a contest. Why can't they have sex? Why is that too far-fetched?
Well, I think it must play somehow into their bedroom antics.
It has to.
It has to. He's a bodybuilder. She's a competitive eater. They're both in very good shape. I mean, their whole thing... When you know they're having sex when it smells like eggs.
Oh, my God.
It reminds me of that Seinfeld
Horrifying.
episode where George was eating, was combining sex
with food.
at the same time.
Yes.
That's what they're doing.
No, I don't... Do you think so? She's getting maybe poked with the dog and he's getting backwards with it.
No, I'm sure that at a certain point that feels like bringing work home.
Exactly.
Just be like, guys, this is what I have to do all day. You think this is what I want to do when I get home? No.
I know. I kind of feel bad for her because it's like eating 2 gallons of ice cream in 6 minutes. Can you ever enjoy ice cream again?
The brain freeze that you have to get.
You know
How
what?
do you
To
even
your point,
stop that from happening?
It's got to be lukewarm. It can't be cold.
Oh,
it's got to be room temp.
So she's just drinking it like a shake.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, she holds the world record for the most amount of kimchi. In 6 minutes, she ate 8.5 pounds of it. That's
too much kimchi. And I'm not a huge fan of kimchi. I don't really like my vegetables fermented that way. But but that's too much kimchi.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? And she has 8,000 followers on Instagram, and she documents her life. When did Sudo marry Nick Weary? When Sudo is not training, she can often be found spending time with her husband, Nick Worry, and their 2-year-old son.
Aw.
Which honestly...
Who's that really pale dude? Wow, that's a really pale dude.
That's the picture of them.
Yeah. Oh.
That's them with their little boy. He's cute.
So cute. The little matching mohawk.
And evidently, Worry, he also holds the world record for eating the most hard-boiled eggs, which is 50 in 3 minutes. Although, am I going to say this? I don't think that's that many.
I mean, eggs.
Being hard-boiled egg?
50, compared to like 60 hot dogs,
Yeah.
I guess 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a lot.
3 minutes is a lot. It's a lot for that time frame.
We're just to swallow it,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Hard boiled too, not like sunny side up, so all the yolk is just like melting and just dripping down.
Right, that's a good point. So that's just a little bit on Nick Weary and his love life. You know what?
him.
So far, I like him the best. He's got a
like him
family to
too.
fight for. And he also, his wife will be like, you better not fucking fail. Like, because they're both in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's like, I got 2 Guinness Book of World Records. You have 1.
Let's go, buddy. I'm tired of just
I'm
having
carrying the weight of this family.
basically. And imagine meeting each other when you're there. Like she's just seeing her just like ravage a bunch of hot dogs, and he's like, God damn, could that woman eat? Yeah, it just was a beautiful love story for them.
Yeah. And I do want to point out what the audience is probably thinking as they listen or watch. We were talking about firework injuries. But now I'm so invested.
This is firework opposite of injuries. Fireworks everywhere in the best way.
We'll get back to that for the final. We'll show you some gross images towards the end here.
It's nothing more appetizing than exploding hands.
I mean, God knows these guys are going to have an exploding dookus or vom, which we've discussed before.
Yeah.
I wonder what doctors have to say about these people.
Doctors are against it.
Doctors are against it.
Yeah, doctors are no fun at all. They're like, oh, you're going to rupture your stomach. Thanks, doctor. So,
Allegedly. Look at this girl. She's doing great.
yeah, they're all so
She had a
buff,
child.
which I think it was probably easy to keep it in there. I mean, right? Like, we know our friends who have babies, and they're like, my stomach is all full. She must have just been like,
Yeah, she's
I'm going to eat this. I'm surprised her body didn't absorb it.
I know, right? Seriously.
Like, what kind of challenge is this?
That baby made it.
Oh, my God. So, Worry says, Joey's a dear friend, and he's probably the best to ever do it. With that being said, his numbers have gone down progressively throughout the past few years.
Oh, fatherhood
So
is rough.
No, he's talking about Joey Chestnut.
Oh.
Worry says, I'm good friends with Joey C. But let's be honest, he's getting a little old, isn't he?
Oh.
It's time for the new guy in town.
Oh.
Who knows where he may have landed this year? But we're going to find out what happens at Fort Bliss. He goes on to say, but I think it's really exciting to see probably 5 guys having a legitimate shot at the title, maybe even 6.
Maybe.
So who's the other fella?
Oh.
This guy from Chicago. He's my least favorite thus far. It looks like he's just staring. There's a picture of him looking like he's staring at a bottle of ketchup as if it's supposed to tell him the future.
And he is trying really hard to not throw up.
Yes, he is disgusting, and he might be listening to this podcast in his headphones.
So sorry that he caught this terrible photo of you.
He's been a competitive. It's a photo of competitive. It's not a terrible photo for this.
Yes, it's an accurate photo of what was happening, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is like when you're in the NBA and you posterize somebody. You don't think that's not a bad photo.
Rising a hot dog.
It's an action shot.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
he's-
Honestly, as invested as I am with this, and I do want to know who ends up winning, I do not want to see it.
His hands look like they're blown off, but it's just.
Watch it. We should try to watch the contest. Is it televised?
Oh yeah, you gotta wake up bright and early here on the West Coast, though, my friend.
Oh, it's that early, huh?
What time is the cup?
Probably 9 a.m.
Supposed to eat that much?
No,
that
it's
early?
noon. It's noon in New York.
Okay. I thought it was 9 a.m. in New York.
No. So this guy, Patrick Bertolietti, his nickname is Deep Dish.
Bertoletti.
Bertoletti. His nickname is Deep Dish, and you don't want to know how he got that. So he took a multi-year break. He's coming back. The highest he ever got was fifth place with 33.5 hot dogs.
He's not going to make it that far. And he's already been off the game for a couple years.
I don't like what's this 0.5 shit?
Yeah.
No, it's you eat it or you don't.
Yeah.
I have 33. Don't forget about the 0.5.
And a half, guys. 33 and a half.
It's like when a dude, that's when
These guys are professionals. I'm sure we know .5 means a lot to them, when you're trying to shove down a hot dog and you can't finish the whole thing.
It might. And in a competitive race, perhaps that .5 could really send you over the edge. His records include 75 pickled jalapenos in 8 minutes. Pretty impressive.
Wow, that's horrifying.
And 42 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in 10 minutes. But, that's tough just because of the stickiness of the peanut butter.
Yeah. And think of all of the desperate, hungry third graders out there who are not having their peanut butter lunches.
Yep.
Think he's eating theirs?
He very well, like Chris Farley from Billy Madison.
Just like clearing out all the grocery stores of the things that moms need to...
It's very possible. And these children, school lunches need to be better, by the way. My friend Jazzy, her friend has a kid, and the kid organized a strike, and I think they were in 4th grade, because they got rid of chocolate milk. And then the kid was like, no.
Yeah.
And I think they brought it back, and I was like, that kid gives me faith for the future of America.
Yeah, that should not stand.
Can you imagine
chocolate milk?
Dude,
Why would you get rid of it? What, too much sugar?
Too much sugar in American...
The only way you would get kids to drink milk.
It's also like these kids are eating like chicken shaped like dinosaurs that are probably made of, marmot.
Dinosaurs. Oh, yeah.
Protesting does work.
And just lastly, Gideon Oji, a former college basketball star, one of the tallest competitors at 6'9", currently ranked 6th in the world, career high at Coney Island 2016, 38 hot dogs, the first African-American on the list, which I think is great because usually white people are the ones who like to embarrass themselves and do disgusting things on camera.
Yeah.
But this is nice.
Might lose his black card. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's really in it.
He's really in it, and he's 6'9", so I gotta love my tall people.
Mm-hmm.
He gobbled down 36, and that was in last year's, and that got him 6th place. His records also include 2 pounds of sliced bologna in 52 seconds.
So when people talk about the other things that they're eating, are they like warm-up contests? Are they like the smaller beans,
It's
like
a whole life.
battles that lead up to the giant hot dog championship?
It's a whole lifestyle.
Wow, that's a whole universe.
They travel all around. There's competitions probably once a week, once a month, something like that. And yeah, they're not all hot dogs.
Probably like a guac and nacho eating contest.
Who finances these things?
Well, this is probably this is Nathan's, and they have ads. There's ads. This is a big time deal.
Yeah.
So Adidas, Chevrolet.
Yeah, get some sponsors going.
We're gonna have some sponsors here on this program pretty soon as well.
Yup.
All right. Well, let's see here. What time are we at, boys?
Probably about 41-ish.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, we've done about 40 minutes on that. So let's do one more. Because we said we was going to be like all about firework injuries.
Yeah. But also July 4th in general. And this is
That's
America.
true. That's true. Any other images of firework? A bunch of people just losing their hands.
Yeah.
And just lastly, we'll come back to crazy accidents that happened on July 4th. Mm-hmm. So there's 2 from this list that I thought were quite interesting. It's entitled Gaston's Last Stand. So there was a dude, he played Gaston in Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Now,
Where did he play? He
was at
voice?
Disney. I think he was in Disney. He was one of the
He was one of the characters.
You would walk by and be like,
Gotcha.
okay, let's keep the kids away. Well, how did he get this job? So his name was Devin Staples. And again, he portrayed Gaston from the Disney world. And he lost his life while setting off fireworks with his friends in July of 2015. He was joking around. Because, he works at Disney. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And then he placed a reloadable firework mortar in a tube on top of his head. And that's not a good thing to do. It sounds like something Gaston would do.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anyway, he ignited the firework.
Oh.
He was killed instantly.
Oh my god.
And his brother describes it as a freak accident. But is it, though?
Was it?
Is it?
It sounds like he fully did it.
He went full stovetop hat with
What
it.
did he think was going to happen?
Yep. So, and then for some reason, Watch Mojo here, where I'm reading this from, they're trying to be funny. They say, there's a good reason why no one sets off explosives like Gaston.
Oh, real funny guy.
So he's completely dead.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to have a good time with some friends.
There's a price to stupidity.
Well, there is. It's life.
Yeah.
It was in this case, it was his life.
It's all right.
So, and then just lastly, there was one more story on here. Well, the whole thing's falling apart here. I'm just going to go back to my beautiful face. Look at this. For those watching on YouTube, look at me. Look at me. All right. And just lastly, from that same article, there was a fella, and he's dead. The decapitation of Jesse William Burley.
Decapitation.
Decapitated.
By fireworks, or somebody actually took a machete to his head?
Or we're talking about firework injuries.
Okay.
The accident is so brutal and bizarre, it sounds like something out of a Coen Brothers movie. So, according to eyewitnesses, 41-year-old Jesse William Burley walked into the middle of the street to set off a firework on July 4th. He lit it up, and a puff of smoke appeared, and then boom. Now, resident Chris Hansen, you got to be careful being a pedo around Chris Hansen.
Uh-oh.
Remember Chris Hansen, Catch a Predator?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I do
Take a seat right
that.
there.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about just becoming a pedophile for the cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we watch that show, they always get cookies or pizza and shit. That's weird. I'm like, all I have to do, well, take a bite. Here's a joke.
Okay.
Yeah. So, boom. He was immediately rushed to the hospital, and then, but the problem was his head was gone. So Hansen later stated the fireworks came with a warning that said, if found, please report to the U.S. government. But Burley, I guess, didn't really care, so he lost his head because of a firework. And it all took place in my birthplace of Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh, wow.
So there it is, everyone. Happy July 4th. Have a wonderful weekend.
Be careful.
Don't blow yourself up. Don't make your hands look like spaghetti.
Don't try to light your farts on fire. Don't attach fireworks to animals' collars.
Yep. Don't do that.
Don't put it on a drone. Don't put it on a... Am I just giving people ideas?
You are. I didn't even
Not
think of
put it on a remote control car and then try to... Actually, maybe that's
No, that
probably
sounds
the
very,
best
very
way to
fun.
go
And the
about
drone
it.
thing sounds
Yeah, you could, because you could drive it away from yourself, but not towards others, is the point.
My prediction for the July 4th holiday, Nathan's hot dog eating competition, Weary. I'm going Mr. Weary.
You're going with Weary? That's
because
a
he's
good
got
choice.
a family.
Yeah.
He's come in third before.
Yep.
I think that he's got the chance. He's a buff dude. He's been working really hard. That or that Aussie dude.
Or the
who looks
Aussie
kinda
dude.
Scary.
I was going to say maybe the Aussie dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Aussie Weary.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Been Kissel.